Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of the Willis Machnik Wealth Management Spotlight. This topic, the topic for this particular spotlight, we're going to talk about business succession planning a little bit. We thought it was very important that Pat and I did this together because we do have some experience with this. So one of the things that we think about when we're talking to a client about their overall financial plan, their overall financial well-being, especially as a business owner client, what is the plan for eventually transitioning that business in the future? And do you have a plan for just in case?
And I think the main thing that you should be asking yourself is, why does succession plan matter? There's a few things that are more tragic than a business owner who has no succession plan. And that was my query, because when I was afraid that I'd step off a curb and get hit by a taxi, and then my clients would be left up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I knew at some point I'd want to retire. So it's very important that you start this process early.
I think that's crucial. It's something that within the confines of your overall financial well-being, maybe you haven't thought about it as much as maybe planning for retirement, but once your business gets some traction, once you have employees that you're responsible for, once you're developing some success, it's a crucial component of what will eventually be your retirement plan strategy. So let's talk through a couple of the different succession options that exist for business owners today. I think first and foremost, probably the path of least resistance is there a son or a daughter that's working with you in the business? Can you pass that business along to them?
And I was very fortunate because Dan had a background in business and financial background, so it was a perfect fit for us. I had to convince him a little bit to come back from Chicago, but
best decision ever.
Yes, but it worked out great. So our clients were able to experience the succession of our business without missing a beat, because Dan and I worked together with the clients, making sure that they knew Dan and how he worked and so on.
Really important to understand, does your son or your daughter share the same missions, share the same vision as you do for the business? Things are going to be different from owner to owner, but look, if I were a school teacher, there's not a great likelihood I would have come back and done this. So it's important to understand that the desire is aligned with the mission and the vision. So that's a good one. The other one that's important and prevalent, and likely a little bit easier too, is to bring aboard a partner.
Exactly, and we've done that with Michael England. He has become a partner in the firm not too long ago, and the goal is for him at some point to be able to buy Dan's part of his business through a succession plan. And you have that in place, don't you?
We have that in place, and that's really, since Mike and I are about the same age, maybe it's not an eventual succession strategy, but we work with all of our clients together so that if something were to happen to Mike or something were to happen to me, the clients again understand and realize that, hey, you know what, we're going to be okay. The strategy is in place for a just-in-case scenario.
Right. I think so many people get involved in growing a business, they forget about this very, very important aspect.
It's true, and that's why the main message is don't wait, because the next strategy we have is to identify a key employee, someone that you've brought up through the trenches, so to speak.
Exactly. Or bring in someone that you think would have the responsibility and have the knowledge to help you in that succession plan.
I think the most important thing there is don't wait until you're a couple years out from your desired retirement date, because those things tend to take a lot more time.
Yes, because you have to train that person to think like you do, basically, and be able to carry the plan of growing the business forward.
Anytime you can develop your succession strategy internally, those are the best ways to go. That's not always an option for some people, right? So there's always the plan that exists where you can sell to an outside party.
Exactly. And if that's your goal, if none of these other options are suitable for your situation, you need to work with your financial people, your financial planning person, your CPA, your attorney, in making sure that that party that's buying your business is the one that should be buying the business, that's suitable.
We've had great experience with this too. We've acquired business, advisor business in different cities here in Michigan. And again, this is something that takes time. Tom Masters, who joined our family back in 2008, who knows the idea for him transitioning his business ultimately to us, but it worked out perfectly. And it took a long time to get there. So again, we go back to the message and to the theme, don't wait. Don't wait. Start as early as you possibly can.
Exactly, and you should have it in writing, not, and make sure it's drawn up by the appropriate parties to make that happen.
The other thing is make sure you're surrounding yourselves with the best possible advisors. Firms like us, good legal teams, will have resources to bring to bear. If your goal is to sell to an outside party, let people help you identify those outside parties.
Exactly.
So hopefully, again, remembering the theme that succession strategy and planning is a very crucial component to your overall financial well-being. Business owners, if you're not sure where to start, give us a call. Let Willis and Machnik be your first phone call, because frankly, we've been through it before and we do have the experience. So with that, thanks, Mom, for joining us today.
Thank you, son.
Yeah, thank you. And that wraps up another session of Willis and Machnik Wealth Management Spotlight. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.